How you doing, everybody, and welcome back to XPA Gaming. My name is Tseda, and welcome back to Gone Home. I'm really taking a liking to this game. I love the story. I love the way the controls work. I love every single bit of it. So let's get right back in there. So we did a few discoveries last time, and let's see what we can actually dig up. I like these kinds of games. It's a small step away from the usual shoot bang 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 that I usually play. So let's see. Close this one. Oh yeah, we were going into the basement because I found the basement key. There we go. Oh, spoopy. What do we have here? Some chips. There's something in here. Mustn't be important. Dear Samantha, I would like to cordially thank you for having me to your abode for the Thanksgiving holiday with your lovely family. I enjoy the flavorful potatoes, and also it was weird being around your parents for that long, but it's pretty funny how impossible it is for your dad not to be awkward for more than 30 seconds at a time. Very cordially your close friends and confidant, Lonnie D. Dear Mrs. DeSoto, allow me to take this opportunity to thank you again for such a grandiose host of festivities at your father's estate, following the aforementioned meal with my parents. Your family's Thanksgiving feast was the more enjoyable of the two events, I must say. I especially appreciated the time I spent with your grandmother, who is a lovely woman with sterling taste and a refined air. Let's do it again same time next year, shall we? What's that sound? Indeed. Oh god, this is creepy. Indeed, Madame Samantha Greenbrier. Visrijd. Ginger ale. Oh god, who drinks ginger ale? Yeah, Samantha.
It's different now. I mean, we still hang out all the time like before. But now when no one else is around... Well, you know. So you could say we're dating. But it's secret. Secret dating? I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the real difference. Now when we get off the phone, or go home for the night, or it's just quiet and we're alone, we say I love you.
Oh yeah, that's right, I almost forgot. Samantha loves women. Well, no judgment for me. I like women too. The band formerly known as Cub Scout set list. Role model authority, main squeeze, telling stories, instruction, first made self. Okay.
Todd's band lost their singer. Todd said he sucked. Lonnie said he got sick of Todd's shit, and he was complaining about needing a new singer. So Lonnie was like, I can sing. And they were all kind of like, you can? And she was like, probably. But she's been rehearsing with them for like a week now. And I finally got to see them play in Todd's basement today. And she's actually really amazing. I feel so proud when she's on stage. It's incredible being in awe of someone you love. So everybody knows it's like a temporary situation till she ships out in June. But till then, I'm gonna be at every single show.
Reproductive System Worksheet 6. Oh yes. Let's see. Below are 2 stories. The events are all out of order. Get a sheet of lined paper. Write Reproductive System Worksheet at the top. Then choose one of the 2 stories, A or B, and rewrite it. Begin with the title and your name. Find the topic sentence to begin your paragraph. Put the sentences in chronological order. Dear sweet mother of Jehoshaphat, would you stop it? Oh, we actually have a look. Who cut that out? That's not nice. Terence L. Greenbrier. Dear Terence, thank you for reading a copy of my new... Thanks for sending author's first published manuscript. It's a momentous occasion. I have read it this afternoon. I certainly recognize my son in the subject matter. An author's work is the externalization of that which he holds dear and that which he fears. And in this respect, I believe your work was successful. But the lens through which the personal shown was needlessly clouded by genre cliches and implausible dime store science fictional die-ex machina. The great author speaks of their lives, milieu and clear and honest tones, the lens crystal that refracts their thoughts without distortion. I congratulate you on surviving the great ordeal that is publication, and rest assured that readers of your chosen genre will lap up Capri's hungrily. But I urge you to shed artifice. You can do better. With a father's love and encouragement, Richard... Hey Sam, I'm writing to you from Multnomah Falls. I'm here on a stupid class trip, which is stupid because it's March and I don't know if anyone running the school has been to Oregon, but it's cold and rainy as shit in March. Wish you were here. Oh wait, you are here because I'm writing this to you in the gift shop. Oh shit, here you come.
They tell you to stick with the group on field trips, Katie. There's a reason for that. Lonnie and I snuck off on the side paths at Multnomah Falls and got a little lost. Okay, a lot lost. Like, for hours. Right before the bus left, we found a trail and came running down the path, soaked and covered in mud, shouting for the bus not to leave. The school called home. Mom and Dad said, you didn't get into trouble like this before you met that Lonnie girl. But I don't think they know about us. The kids at school, though, I'm really afraid that's a whole other story. Stick with the group, Katie. Stick with the group.
There's something there. Come on, you bitch. Well, first off, let's haul it into the light, so I can actually see what there is. Oh, who would throw that away? Oh, hey! Terry? Who the hell is Terry? Yeah. Very annoyed that that won't work. So we need a combination. Then we'd better search for it, though. Citizenship certificate of it. Yeah. Oh, let's not. Scary enough as it is. Damn, this basement is huge. Bradmobile? What the hell? That's a... The coolest stuff about being the psycho house girl. Cool thing one. Everybody in the hall thinks you don't know they're looking at you and whisper as they walk past you because I guess they haven't heard of peripheral vision. The hell is happening? I see a lot of things here. Kicking against the patriarchy. Had enough, heard enough. What the? This is actually getting another bag of Cheetos and the pizza box. Samantha Greenbrier, dear Miss Greenbrier, I appreciate the time and effort you put into writing your letter. It showed initiative as well as and was well written, but it does not change my mind. While I understand that Miss De Soto is a friend of yours, the fact of the matter is that she defaced school property with profanity. The fact that she allegedly defaced her own lack of toleration for another to do the same to yours is immaterial. As to your complaint that no other student has been punished for their part in this incident, the fact is that no guilty party has come forward, and there has been no convincing evidence as to who might have defaced your locker. In other words, there's no one to punish. I would suggest letting the issue drop, as it will only bring more unwanted attention on yourself, which I believe is what you claim began this whole incident in the first place.
I don't get Lonnie sometimes. Like, her band, and our zine, and her hair, and everything are all anti-authority. But I watch her in JROTC, and she's doing drills in perfect formation, following orders, no question. And there's all this stuff in the news about don't ask, don't tell. Like, she's going to join the army and then have to lie about who she is. She said they don't need to know what they don't need to know. Like it was no big deal. This from the girl who trashed her locker to, like, defend my honor. I've learned when to stop arguing, though. I don't think Lonnie even gets Lonnie sometimes.
Offer of promotion. Bruce Pendleton, head of personnel, State Forestry Service. Dear head conservationist Greenbrier. Due to your exemplary manager of the flintlock prescribed burn operation last year and the service's need for experienced personnel to direct regional operations, we would like to offer you the position of Regional Conservation Management Director, responsible for operations throughout the Northwest Oregon. A successor would be sought to fill your previous position on the Flintlock National Forest. Yada 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 yada. But where in the house am I? I wasn't here before. Would you not flicker, for God's sake? Thank you. Guardian angels up above, bless this hut with lots of love. I'm here. I'm here. So what we can figure out is that there's been a bit of bullying on Sam's locker. Oh, stop that. Sam is getting bullied because she just likes other girls, and here comes my little bit of a Dutch persona. I'm not getting the problem. Hello there. A ticket from Earth, Wind and Fire. Whatever. This skull was the coolest thing I found in Mexico, and it was like $3 American. I love it. I love it. Merry Xmas, miss you, love L. P.S. Treasure it always. So Sam's getting bullied at school because... And I do not mean this as a curse word, so please people don't hang my head over it, because she is a lesbian. And I'm Dutch, so I really don't care. I mean, I find it more important that you actually find love than the way where you find it and how it's packaged. So yeah, I'm a bit liberal on that front. But what I'm not getting though is it's pretty obvious that her high school, I think it was high school anyway, that her high school is kind of against it. And she's getting teased because of it, and while not saying this is okay, I do want to know something else. And that's, how did Lonnie take it? I mean, two sides to a story, right? dark as all holy balls in here. Lights, thank you. Kicking against the patriarchy, the great Goodfellow riot of 95. Samantha got suspended. Distributing inappropriate materials on school grounds. Sam, since you refused to hear us this afternoon, your mother and I are putting this in writing so that we are absolutely clear. You are grounded for the rest of the month from social and telephone privileges and from using your car for anything except going to and from school. We understand that you are going through, but we can't allow to continue with this kind of behavior at school, and clearly, once your privileges are reinstated, we can't allow you to have your bedroom door closed while Lonnie is at the house. Oh no. Please no.
I had an interesting talk with Mom and Dad tonight. One you were never gonna need to have. I mean, you've known, right? I've known. I've known since, like, She-Ra. Mom and Dad didn't, I guess. But they saw the zine and the stuff on the locker, and they were like, is there something we should know about you and Lonnie? And so here's the thing. I was prepared for them to be mad, or disappointed, or start crying, or something. But they were just in denial. You're too young to know what you want. You and Lonnie are just good friends. You just haven't met the right boy. It's a phase. That's what I didn't see coming. That they wouldn't even respect me enough to believe me. Well, joke's on them, 'cause they're in for one very long phase.
Oh God, I was afraid of this. And I don't know why I was afraid of this, but this is just wrong. But we could all tell that anyway, right? We could all tell. I mean, this is my opinion on the matter, and I will only say this once. And I will make sure that there isn't any miscommunication, or I'm saying things wrongly, or whatever. Listen very carefully, people. Thunder, please. Not now. I don't care which gender one loves and which gender one doesn't love. It does not matter, for the sole fact that it's every human's right to love. If you're in love with a houseplant, you're in love with a effing houseplant. I don't care. Why did I say houseplant? Because of houseplant right there. It doesn't matter if you're a girl who loves a girl, if you're a boy who loves a boy, if you're a boy who loves a girl, if you're a girl who loves a boy. Or if you're a boy who loves his car, for that matter. This is hitting very home. This is hitting home with me. Very much so. And I'm very squishy on the subject. Oh, squishy. I'm very pure on the subject. It's not something you could write off as a phase. It's not something you can write off as you love who you love. And it doesn't matter how or what or why. That's enough about that anyway. Samantha and Daniel or something were in the woods one day. It was sunny and they were on an adventure. But they went to the bad part of the woods and it got dark. Daniel said, "Are you scared?" Samantha said, "No. Are you?" Oh God, this is...
Daniel finally came over to get his game. I'd been dreading it. But he brought this story with him that I wrote when we were little. I started reading it, and then there I was, crying at the kitchen table. He asked what was wrong, and I was thinking about how we used to be friends, how much I'd taken for granted. But instead, I told him about school, and Dad, and Lonnie. And then how sorry I was that I wasn't his friend anymore. He gave me a hug and said it was going to be okay. For some reason, I almost believed him.
Booted out Girl Scout. Last show ever, $3.
Lonnie had her going away show with her band tonight. She's so incredible on stage. When she was singing, I could practically forget everything. That we only had 48 hours left. That I don't know what comes next. That I can't live without her. Then she dedicated the last song to me. And I couldn't take it. I was out on the curb in the alley, sobbing till my ribs hurt. I would follow her anywhere, Katie. But I can't. Where she's going. After a long time, she found me. She said she was sorry. She said, "I wish things could be different. I just wanted to make you happy." I said, "I don't think you can anymore." We agreed our last night together would be our happiest ever, and we'd forget tomorrow was going to come at all. It worked for a while. We had a good time seeing Oscar off, then ran up to the attic to look through our photos, to find one for Lonnie to take with her. And looking at them, I realized they were all in the past, and there wouldn't be any more. And I didn't know what I was going to do. And I cried, and she held me. She said she knew it was hard, but life would move on. I said I didn't want my life to keep moving without her. That's when she cried too. I was so exhausted. I must have fallen asleep like that, in her arms. In the morning, I woke up, and I was finally alone.
God damn. Let's see if we can find that secret passage. Guest room, basement. It's at the foyer, so let's see if we can find it. Find something there. Well, actually, I think I'm going to leave this episode here. I don't know how long it's been since I started recording, and actually am going to finish this game. I will edit the titles on YouTube, the YouTube page, so that you guys can see this is going to be a full playthrough. I love this story. I love it. I love it. I have no words for this. I absolutely don't. I'm one stuttering, bumbling mess right now, and wow, just wow. This is what I would call a gem. It really is. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a like. And you can find us on all the social platforms like Twitch, Twitter, and PlayStation communities to get your daily dose of XPA. And as always, my name has been Tetsera from XPA Gaming, and I will see y'all on the flip side. Take care, everybody.